Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new stream. How you guys doing? What is good? What is up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This was 5 years ago. Oh my goodness. I am hitting Unk status. What is going on in the chat? Hold up. Get the chat up on the screen. What is going on, chat? What is going on, chat? What is happening? What's going on?
Yo, Ollie, what's good?
Ooh. Okay, so in today's stream, we will be reacting to this video right here. So, yes, it is called What Happened to Rainbow Friends. This video was posted 3 weeks ago. I saw Creek reacting to it, so we're gonna react to it. Because the last time we reacted to a video like this, it got like 1,200 views. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure this video already has subtitles, and this video is like 9 minutes long. So, Grandma, you're just gonna have to read the subtitles. If that's okay.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Let's jump right on into it.
Rainbow Friends is one of the biggest games in Roblox's history, surpassing over 5 billion visits. The game was at the top of Roblox. It took it over entirely for multiple years, and even spurred a massive franchise with toys in stores and possible things like movies in the future. However, since its peak in 2023, the game has been on a constant downfall, and the developers have not been heard from in years. Rainbow Friends went from being on the top of Roblox to being radio silent, almost entirely.
The OG Creekcraft webcam overlay. Bro, I would pay 1,000 to have that on my live stream, bro.
Ignored until drama came out that they had sued a fan of the game after allegedly stealing one of the most important parts of the game.
Wait, I think that's true. No. I thought like their friend. Basically, I think the developers thought that their friend's character that they their friend thought that purple was a character that they made, but it was actually just a character that looked very similar, or it was, and like Rainbow Friends stole off them. I'm not sure.
Today's video, I'm going to be explaining the downfall of Rainbow Friends, which was supposed to be Roblox's biggest game.
Now, how are you supposed to read the subtitles if you're looking at your phone?
Well, I'm just trying to stop it being in this muted thing, but I don't know how to do it. Is it that? There we are. There.
There we go.
Ever. But real quick, feel free to like this video and subscribe. It means the world to me, but either way, let's get right into it. Now, Rainbow Friends was originally created by two people, one named Roy Stanford and the other Charcoal. Now, they had made many other games in the past before, like games like Spider, Redwood.
Is it very fast for you?
To watch.
No, like the subtitles to read.
No, nothing. They're just about right.
Oh, because I could pop on the YouTube ones because they're a bit slower. I don't know, I could never read that fast.
Prison and The Living Dead. All of Roy Stanford's games in the past had been very successful, and the game originally released in 2022. The premise of the game is pretty simple. It's a survival game where your school field trip ends up in an abandoned amusement facility. You and the other players basically go hunt across multiple nights while multiple monsters in the game hunt you down. You have to find the things to get to escape and survive, and the game was extremely successful right off the bat. Not only was it a high quality game, but also it was fun, and it also had characters that were recognizable, and it basically built a whole new universe. Pretty fast after it came out, it became one of the biggest mascot horror games on the platform. It passed over 1 billion plays with—
What?
Got the big wheel in it.
No, that's chapter 2.
Oh.
Grandma remembers chapter 2 more. Chapter 2 was big for my channel because I originally made this channel, I think around the time that chapter 2 came out, and I made 1 billion videos on it. It was crazy.
Within months of going live, and suddenly it was not just taking over Roblox but also YouTube, because the thing is, these characters in Rainbow Friends were something larger than—
But when it first came out, it was like a rip-off of Poppy Playtime.
Just the Roblox game. This was the beginning of what many thought would be one of the biggest IPs in history. For example, it should have been like Five Nights at Freddy's, with recognizable characters, a whole storyline, and products outside of Roblox, and whole movies and stuff like that. Not long after—
Didn't it like end on a cliffhanger? I swear it did, or something like that. Oh, it's fine, you can cough as much as you want. Grandma is dying.
its release, there were already YouTubers creating full-on animations, music based off of it, building entire careers off of it, and there were massive amounts of toys, books, like all the things
My chewy gum. Yeah.
things you can imagine being sold of the game. And after the hype continued to grow and grow in 2022, the game went silent for a bit before Chapter 2 was released. An even bigger update to the game, which added a whole new chapter into the story. New enemies, a
See, I
new
know that
story, and
character, I just never knew it was called Oddworld.
That character's not called Oddworld. The place that the field trip was supposed to go to was Oddworld, but I'm pretty sure this is actually World. No, this Chapter 2 is Oddworld.
Right.
But no, that character's blue. So all of
Yeah.
the characters, whatever their colour is, that's what their
Yeah,
name
because
is.
there was Cyan.
Yeah, there's
and all
that,
of
yeah.
that, I remember.
Yeah, grandma knows the thing.
new ending. In a way, it was the same game, but it continued further. And following this update, many people realized that this might be one of the biggest games in Roblox's history, because what it had built was a massive universe that people were starting to fall in love with. In front of the developers was a possible multi-billion-dollar story. The developers had a huge opportunity to build a massive franchise off of their Roblox game that could turn into something way greater than they would have ever expected. Now, Chapter 2 was a massive success. On June 2nd of 2023, the game hit its all-time peak in players, 383,000. But since that date, the game has dwindled in player. The hype for the update was immense, pulling it to that massive number, but it quickly lost thousands and thousands of players. By a month later, it went from averaging 100,000 players down to about 30,000.
Wait, Poke said, I think Rainbow Friends is stuck in 2023. They can't get
8
it
in
in.
2026.
I think he means that like the game is stuck in 2023.
Mm.
They just can't get to 2026.
Right.
They're 3 years in the past, chat.
By the end of the year, it was averaging maybe 10 to 12,000. Since then, it has only continued to dwindle in players as the game has not been updated since. There has been nothing from the developers. There has been no information about the next update. Chapter 3 is seemingly not coming out. The only signs have been...
By the way, YouTube, these are not drugs. This is chewing gum, as you can see.
Excuse me.
Why are you coughing while I'm trying to tag YouTube? I'm not
Oh, I
doing
know.
drugs. You have to say that.
I didn't
Because
know you had them.
the YouTube AI is that stupid. You have to if you have something in a container that kind of looks like drugs, you have to say, "Yo, this is not drugs."
How are you going to describe your kid, Captain?
Next update to the game are fake Chapter 3 games that pull some players and fake ripoffs to the game. But the thing is, the reason this game wasn't updated seemingly was unknown for a while. There was a long time where it seemed like the developers may have been working on something else and had just stayed quiet. However, I actually uncovered something extremely disgusting that happened that may have been the reason that this game was not updated since 2023. You see, my video, posted over a year ago, called The Downfall of Rainbow Friends, I was able to secure an interview with an individual who was apparently in a lawsuit with the developers of Rainbow Friends. This person was named Musa, a pretty large YouTuber and creator who had created a character and had previously worked with Roy Stanford, the owner of the game. Now feel free to go watch this video if you'd like, because it goes way more in depth than what the allegations were, but basically, to summarize it entirely, this creator had created a character, a purple character that looked like it came out of the Rainbow Friends universe.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say. He's gonna explain it better than me because I suck at explaining stuff.
However, this character was created before there was any sort of purple character in the game. And since this Musa person had worked previously with Roy Stanford, Musa had sent a picture of the character to Roy, wondering if Roy was wanting to buy the character and use it in any of his games. However, Roy said nothing, and not much later, he removed Musa from his friends list entirely. Musa
Okay, I didn't know this.
sort of let it go and didn't really expect anything from it, and never would have expected that in 2023, the developers of Rainbow Friends would release merchandise using the purple design, because you see, in the original Rainbow Friends, the purple character was never fully visible. What Musa had created was his own design of a similar type character that was a fully custom made design based off of no references. It was an original thing that Musa came up with, and he showed it to Roy. Roy went silent, removed him from the friends list, and then released toys that utilized that exact purple design. It basically was one-to-one the same. If you compare how they look identical, and this was before the purple character was known to anyone. So when this information was released, it brought some major drama. Creecraft made a video that got 1.3
Creecraft.
3 million views, and people got extremely angry.
Wait, what? Did he accidentally say billion?
Creecraft made a video that got 1.3 million views.
Okay, how? Okay, so what he did say, obviously, was 1.3 million views. I heard 8 billion views. I don't. Oh, I need my ears checked out, bro.
and people got extremely angry. The drama basically reached its peak, and there was pure and utter silence from the developers of Rainbow Friends. Now, after they released this purple design for sale, Musa rightfully filed a copyright suit against Roy and Charcoal, the creators of Rainbow Friends, along with the toy company that released the toy for them. Now, this was big, and this was when I created my video, basically having Musa explain the entire situation. However, following this, about a few months later, Roy and Stanford countersued them, saying that Musa had apparently infringed their copyright, and accused Musa of fraudulently claiming to be the original creators of Purple and Green, and also of selling unauthorized products. Following that, they also got his Twitter post taken down, and also took down his Roblox game, Become Tiki. Musa created a GoFundMe for legal fees, and he publicly never stated that he wanted the game killed. That was never his decision. He just wanted to have his character that he created, and he was willing to even allow them to use it as long as he was recognized. Following this, there was pretty much radio silence. Nothing really ended up happening, and there was no new news, as well as the developers had stayed radio silent this entire time, until seemingly on May 6, 2025, apparently both parties actively engaged in good faith settlement discussions. Following this, the toy company that listed the character and made the models that were originally infringing on Musa's design, allegedly, they stopped producing the purple merchandise, and it seemingly was settled privately. But the thing is, was this lawsuit the reason that the game was fully abandoned? Well, the timing may have been similar, with Chapter 3 coming out and then the lawsuit hitting in the same year, 2023. Most people think that that is exactly why. You can't really release a Chapter 3 update featuring the purple character while there are legal lawsuits about the purple character, and most people do believe that that is the reason that the game was abandoned. And this may be true, however, there are also some possibilities that the developers have made enough money and after this lawsuit just finished caring entirely. Maybe that was what sparked them to not want to work on the game, or they could just be working on a huge update that they're finally ready to release now that the lawsuit is over.
Yeah, but I feel like if they had a big update, like how big are we talking this update? Because 3 years, that's a pretty big update. I'm at least expecting like 3 to 5 chapters. It can't just be one chapter unless that one chapter is like 5 hours long. I don't understand why it would take that long to make a Roblox chapter, not even a game, a part of a game. So
With. It's honestly crazy
Is
though.
this
They
an advert or a documentary?
this is a documentary.
Oh no, I wondered why it was so long.
game still pulls thousands of players to this very day, despite there being complete silence from the developers and the chance it may never get updated again. This lawsuit is seemingly the only thing that really stopped the game from being
What?
It may never get updated, it says.
updated. And many people expected that they'd been working on the update during the time of that lawsuit, but just were not able to release it until it was over. However, the lawsuit ended on May 6th.
I'm gonna have my Kit Kat now. So I'm gonna get rid of my gum. Pop it there. I'm gonna open my Kit Kat. Check this out, you open a Kit Kat. So you do this, and you do that, and you do this, and then you do that, and then you put the wrapper on like this, like sideways. Boom. Boom, baby. Boom.
2025, which was almost a year and a half ago. There are some slight signs that the developers are, I guess, alive, with the game having been accessed recently within the past couple months, and the developer Roy Stanford being in studio every once in a while working on something. What it could be, people don't really know. There's a chance he's working on this game, maybe another
there it
game,
is.
or maybe another
Oh,
chapter,
man.
you know, using
Ooh!
What?
Well, I do remember now. It was a playground, fairground.
studio for some reason. And meanwhile, the game is just dying and dying. It's
Something
honestly
white
crazy because the
used to move
growth of the game
slowly.
was so
But the blue man, he could move quicker. Was
There
it
is no white.
well, what colour do you think? Big yellow thing, maybe.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, that was yellow.
massive. They built a multi-million-dollar franchise with these massive toys that were sold all over the world and were extremely popular, along with a ton of different media, as well as the game itself being extremely big on Roblox, but they went silent maybe because of a lawsuit, or maybe because of something that is a much deeper reason that we don't know. There has been rumors of a Chapter 3 release date, but all of these have been fully faked. And the
I hate they blocked.
Creator of Purple and use his character. Well,
No, that's
that's what
kinda
that was all
crazy.
about.
game continues to dwindle down in players. The fact that the last time an update came out was a year and a half ago and there hasn't been any news to the game is honestly
Yeah, what was that update? Was it just like a patch or something? He didn't really explain what that update was. If I was the character of Purple, I will put 2 lawsuits on them.
Lawsuits.
Honestly crazy to me, because if you own a game with over 5 billion visits and such a massive fan base, as well as the possibilities of a multi-million-dollar
Okay, bro,
franchise,
you guys need to see this. So I popped my gum down, bro. I was about to put it back in my mouth, and the coaster that it was on, literally went onto the gum. Oh my goodness! What in the actual skibbity? Bruh. Skibbity.
the fact that there's no news or any sort of hype for it is insane. Did the developers just make enough money and just gave up after the lawsuit? They were ready to be done? Or are there more reasons why they can't release the next update? I'm not too sure, and honestly,
nobody
there's
else
not
on the
much we can
roads?
know. Roy
What?
Why is there no one else on the roads?
I don't know.
Stanford is one of the most mysterious developers.
Oh,
This is not me.
I
This is
thought
him
it
playing.
wasn't. I thought it wasn't.
Grandma,
Crashing
you
about.
seriously thought that that was me?
Well, I didn't know who was controlling what. My goodness.
Stream room of grandmas, am I right?
on the platform, same with his partner Charcoal. Roy has pretty much no social media presence, barely any friends on Roblox, and hasn't really worked on any games since Rainbow Friend. Even his other past games like Spider or
I
Redwood
see your
Prison
hands on
have
too
been
many.
abandoned, which is honestly
Broke this
surprising
one
to
in
me because
bridges.
this guy's success is huge. He's racked up over 7 billion visits across all of his
Oh, I saw
games,
Spider
yet
there.
is one of the most quiet
What are you saying?
and mysterious developers who to many doesn't even seem to care
This must
about
be what
his
it's like after
success.
the- Some kind of disaster.
Bro,
Nobody
just
in there.
bro, just watch the video.
Right.
Thing is, we can't make any assumptions about his true intentions and what he plans on doing. I remember for a long time he was known as a developer who would just disappear for a long time, then drop something really cool. So maybe it's just like that. He could be working on Chapter 3 and it might be the thing that revives Rainbow Friends forever. But at the moment, the future is seeming very, very dim. The possibilities left for Rainbow Friends are small. If they drop Chapter 3, it needs to be really good, and they need to be more active in caring about their community, not just dropping Chapter 3 and going radio silent for 4 years again. For 3 years again. And it's also surprising they haven't even made a public statement about the lawsuit.
Whoa, how did that happen? Yo, get off. Okay. Anyways, he didn't cut out when he made the mistake. That takes real balls. I know I can't leave in a mistake like that, so props to this guy. I'm not liking the video because it's a good video. I'm liking the video because he left in his mistake. Boom, right there.
Despite it being over for over a year and a half. However, please do tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I want to know what you think, because there's a lot of possibilities that could have happened since there's so much mystery around the disappearance of these developers.
Crazy driver.
Wait, where's Creek's hat coming? When's Creek's hat coming? I got all my Creek hats. Do you mean my custom Creekcraft hat? Whenever I found out how to actually get that made, that's when.
Feel free to comment down below.
But I think if I remember correctly, you have a custom one, and then your friend has a custom one.
Just put it on the back of there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool.
What you think, but either way, that's going to be it. Have an amazing day and
Yeah.
take care.
Okay.
Listen,
Okay. Also, guys, I want to say something. So you know how I've got an ad blocker? These YouTube Premium ads aren't getting blocked. So you know how like a while ago, like 3 years ago, kind of the same time as Rainbow Friends 2 came out, they made it so all the ad blockers didn't work. And I think they made it so like you had to pay to watch videos or something weird like that. It was really weird. But anyways, like they fixed it, and then like I don't know, ad blockers have started working again. But anyways, yeah, the YouTube Premium ads are Ollie, I have a question. Okay, well, the YouTube Premium ads aren't getting blocked, so I think YouTube is allowing me to use the ad blocker. But it's really wanting me to pay for a useless subscription when I can literally just have an ad blocker that does the exact same thing for free. Okay, let's wait for his question. Okay, why did you private all your videos? All your old videos? Because I wanted to be a Gorilla Tag YouTuber, but then it didn't work out, so now I kind of do both. So yeah, but anyways, that's the end of the stream, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, y'all. Catch you in the next one. I'm gonna go wash my hands after that Kit Kat, and